ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad hits. Subscribe. We have the vintage black cat. Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Kingpin Build-A-Figure Waves Night Thrasher. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big! Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
So pretty interesting packaging over here. It just says Marvel on the very front right there. On the side you can see Night Thrasher, and then on the back we get a cool looking product shot. There's a read up over here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it now. There's the other figures from the wave. And on this side you can see Night Thrasher again. No logo or anything at the very top, and then just a barcode and not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Night Thrasher out of the packaging, looking pretty awesome. I gotta say, I'm very excited that Hasbro has just made this figure. I think Night Thrasher is a fairly obscure character, but I'm very excited to see him in action figure form, as I remember picking up a Night Thrasher comic way back in the day when I was a kid, just because I thought he looked really cool. So yeah, and I do think this figure looks really cool as well, and it does come with some pretty good accessories, so let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll get a closer look at Night Thrasher. Now, aside from the Build-A-Figure piece, here's everything else that we get for Night Thrasher, and the only new accessory out of these three is this storage pack right over here, which I really dig. I like that it has some nicks and scuffs on it and everything, so that's pretty cool. I dig that quite a bit. And then we get the skateboard. This is the same exact thing as the Amazing Spider-Man 2 skateboard, except it's all black instead of all gray. I don't like it just because it's so small. Comparing it to a tech deck, and this is a proper 1/12 scale skateboard, this is just much larger. So just a quick comparison, you can see Night Thrasher on the skateboard he came with, and then here he is on the tech deck, and I just think the tech deck looks a whole lot better. It also comes with these batons, which we've seen several times. Do not have Night Thrasher holding them like a staff. He only uses the two batons. I am thinking about cutting off this little nub right over here. That does bother me. And I did want to get a closer look at some of the details and the scuffs right over here on this pack. I think that's pretty awesome. You can just go ahead and clip the skateboard on right over there. And then I like to slide the batons through each of these ports right here, so just shoop. And then he does have these two pegs on the back, and you just put those pegs right into place, and it stays okay. It does fall off a lot easier than I'd like it to. That's a little frustrating. Now, there are several designs for Night Thrasher, but I think Hasbro chose the most classic look for Dwayne Michael Taylor, aka Night Thrasher, who has no superpowers but has spent his entire life training for combat due to witnessing his parents get murdered right in front of him, kind of like Batman. He's teamed up with countless Marvel superheroes and has fought big baddies like Terrax and Juggernaut. He founded the team, the New Warriors, and by the way, I can't wait for Firestar. I'm expecting that announcement over at Toy Fair this year, Hasbro. Okay, give us a Firestar. And we also need that Namorita too, please. Not the blue version, but yeah, this version right over here. I like that one so much. But going back to Night Thrasher, I think Hasbro did a great job with this helmet sculpt. I do think that this middle stripe here is just a little off center, just a tad. It could be just to the left, but I mean, that's just a minuscule detail I'm picking up over here. I love the little nicks right over here in the front of the faceplate. Love how the flesh tone came out. You could see his eyes right through there. Always thought that was cool. You could see his facial expressions, you know. Then right there on the side, you could see more gashes and everything. It's from all that night thrashing, right? Is he into thrash? I don't know. And then you get some more nicks and everything right here in the very back, and more on the side right over there. So yeah, it doesn't look too bad. I don't know what these extra two ports are for up here, but these are the ports that you plug the whole storage pack into. And I think almost all of this body mold is brand new. I honestly can't pinpoint at all what figure this had come from, and unless I'm just totally mistaken. But I gotta say, I am disappointed that I could see the pins right here. Now, the design of the character is supposed to have some shoulder pads, so maybe they intended some shoulder pads to go over this. I don't know, but I still think it looks really good. But yeah, the pins right there do bother me, and I really like that we have this very glossy plastic for the figure. You know, it looks great. Then looking right over here on the arms, it looks pretty good. You know, he's got those open hands. The belt looks pretty nice right there. I'm digging that. These are Bucky Cap hips and legs right there. I think the crotch is from Bucky Cap as well. You can see that it's a lot more matted. It doesn't have that same glossy look. And the knee pads look really good over here. And you can see the pins right here for the double jointed knees, but they're so much smaller than the ones right over here for those shoulders. Then here's looking at the back. Again, Night Thrasher butt. And then yeah, the legs look pretty good. I like these boots. This does get very loose on me. I always have to adjust it. So a little irksome, but not a big deal. And he has the treads and peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Now to measure out this figure, you can see that Night Thrasher is standing just a little over 6.5 inches tall. Then for our Night Thrasher comparison, you can see the official Night Thrasher next to the custom that was sent to me. Thank you so much. And then here's Night Thrasher next to the only other original New Warriors character that we have, Richard Rider Nova, and I can't wait to get some other ones. Speedball would be another one that I'd love to see, but the Firestar's got to come first. And then here's Night Thrasher next to the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure, and man, does Juggernaut live up to his name, because when removing him from the shelf, it accidentally caused this whole disaster of a bunch of figures falling off of 2 shelves. It was awful. And here's Night Thrasher next to the other figures from the wave that I've already reviewed. We have the 6-armed Spider-Man, Puma, Silver Sable, Black Panther, Red Goblin, and the Symbiote Spider-Man. The only one left I have to review is the Build-A-Figure Kingpin. Stay tuned for that review tomorrow. Then here's Night Thrasher next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey friend, you know every time I skate, I end up just landing on my head. Maybe I'll have better luck if I borrow yours, huh? Oh, why did you do that? I gotta thank you guys again for watching my video. I really do appreciate it, especially when you watch these videos from the beginning to the end, and when you hit that like button, leave your comments, and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. That really helps as well. I really dig this Night Thrasher figure, man. It's a cool looking piece. I really like this glossy black throughout. It works. I really like the head sculpt. I really think my complaints are very minimal. One of the biggest ones being the pins in the shoulder joints, but they're not really bothering me that much, man. I'm liking this piece and giving it a sud rating of I love it! And I'd like to know what you guys think. I'm sure there's a lot of you thinking that Hasbro needs to update their skateboard, right? I mean, the skateboard is very small, isn't it? Yeah, that's one of my bigger gripes. But anyway, if you want to see the latest in Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on the social media, check me out on Stardust, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Links to everything in the description below. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.